Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second episode of Shananarambles? Question mark? Is that what we're calling ourselves now?
Excuse me?
Shananarambles.
Excuse me?
Yes. How may I help you?
You stole my intro!
Yes. Yes, I did.
No!
It's called a trump card. I stole it so you couldn't.
I'm not saying yours. That's your intro.
You don't have to say mine.
Okay then.
There is no fixed intros. We just say what we want. We just say what we feel.
I don't agree to this. Hi everybody, welcome back to Shananarambles.
We really running with Shananarambles?
Yes, we are.
I don't know if that's a good name.
Too bad, I picked it.
Yeah, but...
And I can just say whatever I like, remember?
Alright.
This is another apocalypse broadcast, everybody.
I don't think I like that one.
Well,
The
when the
apocalypse
apocalypse
broadcast-
ends, I'll stop calling it that.
Okay. Alright, well, I'll settle for that one. How are you, Alexis?
I'm good.
You good?
Yep.
What's been happening?
Bouncing.
Bouncing?
I am on a very nice, comfy couch today, everybody.
Oh,
Bouncing.
I see. I thought you were trying to be Tigger or something.
I can be Tigger.
You can be Tigger?
Yeah, but...
Can you tell us the most wonderful thing about Tiggers?
I can remember it, but I can't say it as quickly as he can.
The most wonderful thing about Tiggers is...
Tigger's are wonderful things.
The most wonderful thing about Tiggers are wonderful things. The tops are made of rubber. The bottoms are made out of springs. They're fancy, fun. But the most wonderful thing about Tiggers is I'm the only one. I'm the only one. Anyway, we should do a episode on Winnie the Pooh one day. I think you and I would do that very well.
Oh, love Winnie the Pooh. Love Winnie the Pooh.
Honey.
We've got books, we've got DVDs, we've got the original collection, we've got pops. Everything Winnie the Pooh. Don't you judge me, I'll judge you back.
I don't think they're judging you. Girls liking Winnie the Pooh is pretty, is pretty standard.
Well, that's sexist.
Yes, it is. But a guy liking Winnie the Pooh, I think that's like, oh, what's wrong with you? There's lots of things wrong with me, alright? I have big nostalgia feels for Winnie the Pooh. I grew up on that.
Okay, well, there's either two ways that it's not weird. You're either a kid at heart or you're a parent.
I do suffer from Peter Pan syndrome, so it's okay.
There we go.
What were we talking about? You were a Tigger, that's right, because you're bouncing over there.
You asked
having
me how
fun.
I was. I'm bouncing.
We finally got couches, so we can call ourselves the Couch Buddies.
No. We have couch. So we can't be couch buddies because we have
So we're
a
Couch Buddy?
No. It's Shananarambles.
Shananarambles featuring Couch Buddy?
I could stretch that far, maybe.
Hooray, I won!
Get another couch for you to sit on, and I can stare at you.
The office
and make
does not
faces
have
at
room
you, and
for
then we'll be
two
couch
couches.
buddies. Donations below, everybody, for a new office and couches.
Petitions?
Donations.
Donations. We don't even have a thing set up for donations.
Well, we'll just ease them into it. We'll start mentioning it now, and then when the button goes up, they'll be ready for it.
Oh, okay. I see. All right, then. Anyway.
Right. What are we talking about?
So I wanted to ask you. You're familiar with Fandom, DC's Fandom, the online DC Comic-Con convention thing, yeah?
Slightly.
Yeah. Did you watch any of it? Did you watch any trailers or anything they released?
Yeah, I watched the trailers.
Yeah? Which ones did you like?
Oh, what did we watch? We watched the one about the Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad kills the Justice League game.
And we watched the one where Batman dies and all his little Robins have to take over.
Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Wonder Woman 1984. I think that was it.
Oh, there was more. Did you watch any others or you can't remember?
Oh, I've probably watched more. I just can't remember them.
There was the Batman Death in the Family, the interactive movie where you get to sort of... So you've seen Under the Red Hood. The movie with Jensen Ackles. And no, I hope I'm saying that right. Jensen Ackles, and he plays Red Hood.
Is this an animated?
That's the animated feature.
Okay, is this the one that also had the Joker in it?
Yes.
Before he was the Joker?
No. That was the Killing Joke.
No.
Under the Red Hood is a guy shows up in Gotham calling himself the Red Hood, and it's meant to have ties to the Joker, and it's a big mystery who he is and what he's there for, but he seems to be cleaning up the streets of Gotham more effectively and more violently than Batman. But he does have connections to Batman.
Okay. Maybe. It does sound familiar.
I'm doing that really cautiously because I'm trying to avoid spoilers for...
Yeah, no, that does
for
sound
however
kind of
old
familiar.
that movie is and however old the comic is now. But it is a great story and it should be read and watched.
Watched it, not read it.
Yeah. Death in the Family is an interactive version of that movie where there's more to it and more unfolds. I'm really looking forward to that one. I'm pretty excited.
Okay.
But you did mention Wonder Woman.
I did.
Now,
yes.
we've seen the trailer and you actually said something I didn't even pick.
Oh, yeah, Shananigans. Because I said to Shananigans, why do we think the guy? Oh my god, I can't remember his name.
Steve Trevor.
Steve. We said, why was he back? Or how long would you think he's back for? Is he just temporary? Because it's told in 1984, obviously in the past. And you'd think if he was still alive, we would have seen him in the Wonder Woman movie.
Mm-hmm.
Or Justice League or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to Shannon, no, it's probably got something to do with what they said at the beginning. At the beginning, there was a guy talking. He looked like he was the president. And he said, you can have anything you want or anything you wish for.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next scene was Diana seeing Steve. And he said, you look like you've seen a ghost. So I assumed that was the connection.
Now,
whoever the big bad is granting wishes.
It seems like there's two. The guy that you spoke about is called Maxwell Lord. He is he's an interesting character in the comics. He's probably
Okay, when you say two, you mean the chick as well, right? In terms of villains.
Yes, and we'll get to that shortly.
Okay.
So he's Maxwell Lord. Maxwell Lord has two claims to fame. One is he was in Supergirl season 1.
Okay.
He was the big bad of season 1 Supergirl. And two, he was murdered by Wonder Woman.
Okay.
I know, it's dark, yeah. It actually ties into one of my favourite stories, Infinite Crisis.
So you realise the only murder by Wonder Woman I've seen was Crudendorf.
Ah, yeah, from the film. No, this one, so...
Oh, and some things and some weirdo comic books.
So, Maxwell Lord, he's a bad dude who has psychic powers.
Well, there you go.
And he basically psychically manipulates or takes control of Superman's mind and coerces him into attacking Batman and Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman basically gets 2 seconds to herself, throws a lasso of truth around Maxwell Lord, and is like, how can I stop him? And he gets, because he's got to tell the truth. The only way you can stop him is by killing me. So she's like, okay, snaps his neck. But he's like...
With the lasso?
With her hands. Okay. He's bound. He's like all roped up. But it was all being broadcasted on live television, so the world just saw Wonder Woman murder someone.
Well, that's not good. Well, you think, okay, so if he has psychic powers, then clearly, if he's granting wishes, he can't do that on his own. He needs help.
No.
But it's the age-old thing. Give people what they want, and they destroy themselves.
Yeah, that's true. I think that will tie in with Cheetah really nicely. Well, you've just said.
She's her own self-destruction, pretty much.
Yes. It all depends on what path the movie takes, because, as I said, Maxwell Lord is a psychic.
And you would assume when he's taken down that Steve will disappear.
Yeah, well, that was my theory going into it, that maybe she's just seeing him. Maybe she is affected somehow, but he's a ghost. He's not actually there. But he's flying
a plane.
Okay, well then.
I mean, he does interact with things when only she's with him, but she wasn't moving.
Well, look,
and she doesn't know how to fly, so he has to have flown the plane. She can't have just imagined the plane flying itself. Not in 1984.
And the film was meant to come out much earlier this year, but because of the pandemic going on, they've delayed it and pushed it back. They want people to
actually go see it.
By the time this comes out, it should just about be released, I think, if we've done the math right.
So, looking forward to going to the movies, everybody.
So, yeah, so we've got two big bads. We've got Maxwell Lord and Cheetah.
Cheetah I know. Maxwell Lord I don't.
What do you know about Cheetah?
She's Wonder Woman's archenemy.
Yeah, she's definitely one of them.
She's animal-like.
She is animal-like because she's a cheetah. So
she doesn't like Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman's not an animal.
No, she doesn't like Wonder Woman.
Doesn't like Wonder Woman.
That's pretty much all I know of her. I know of her. I don't know much about her.
Okay, I was gonna say she's nothing like Wonder Woman. The Wonder Woman film. I've only just recently
From the
finally
movie,
seen
I
it.
get the impression that she's. It's the same image they tried to give Poison Ivy in whatever movie she was in when it was Uma Thurman. She's
Uma
some
Thurman.
Thurman.
Yep.
Sorry,
Uma Thurman.
I always get that damn confused. She's some mousy little downtrodden woman who's never given the time of day, and then she all of a sudden gets powers. And look at me, I'm going to take you all down.
Yeah, definitely get that impression from the trailer where she says, "I wanted to be the apex predator." Admittedly, I don't know a lot about Cheetah. I know of her. I know what she's capable of. I don't know much of her backstory. It sort of ebbs and flows and changes. It's hard to keep up with it sometimes.
I
But
remember seeing in one of the animated movies we watched, Wonder Woman fighting Cheetah. And Cheetah either couldn't die or there were more than one of her or something, and it was just impossible to kill her.
that might have been Justice League Doom, where she's just fighting all these cheetahs. They're just coming at her.
Oh, yeah, because it's trying to wear Wonder Woman down.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember that. Okay.
Another great animated feature everyone should go see. So, 2 villains, next film. We'll see how that goes. I was actually reading a part of an interview by Patty Jenkins, who was the director of Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 84,
Ooh.
that she's actually got 2 more films lined up to complete her story of Wonder Woman. There's Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman 84. There is a 3rd film which is called The Amazons,
Ooh.
which will feature Wonder Woman, but won't focus on Wonder Woman. And Patty Jenkins won't be directing that, but will be an executive producer. And then we've got the 3rd/4th Wonder Woman film, which was being penciled and all worked in, but recently she's announced she's actually reworking it because it's based in modern times. So she wants to incorporate everything that's been going on in this year.
Oh, that's cool.
So that'll be interesting. I'm very curious to see how that pans out. But that leads me into my topic today. Where what?
We have a topic?
We have a topic. We're not just talking crap.
Why not? That's all right. It's Shananarambles.
It's Shananarambles. We do sidebars. Sidebars and tangents. We talk shits and giggles. I'm the shits, she's the giggles. So, that brings me to my topic.
Tell us your topic.
My topic is, if I can find it, the 10 most powerful villains Diana has ever faced. For those at home who don't know...
Am I going to know these villains?
I think you'll know most by name.
Okay.
If not, you'll be able to go, oh, that's from this or that's from this.
Okay.
They are notable villains. I did scour this beforehand and made sure. Those at home who don't know, Diana is Wonder Woman. That's her name.
Diana Prince.
Diana Prince.
Diana, Princess of the Mascara, daughter of Hippolyta, Queen of the Amazons.
Correct. So, starting at number 10, this one you will know.
So is this like, is number 1 like the biggest bad?
Yes,
Okay.
I've had a look. I'm pretty happy with the list, actually.
Okay.
Number 10, Dr. Poison. Now, you might be scratching your head. What if I say...
Sounds like someone from Pokemon.
What if I say Isabel Marou?
Oh, of course.
Dr. Poison is a lifetime foe of Wonder Woman with heavy
Really?
links to the Nazis.
She's a lifetime foe?
Yep.
But...
I think lifetime for us, not Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Like, she's been there, her inception, she's been there for a long since her inception, she's been there for a long time.
Okay.
She wears a costume that is bulky and concealing enough that it hides her identity as a woman, making the character very gender neutral. She is extremely intelligent and concoct a variety of deadly poisons that can be unleashed upon her enemies. This villainess?
Villainess?
Yeah, they've got villainous, but I think it's meant to be villainous. This villainess is badly scarred across her face, causing her distress and anger. Her creations are linked to so many people, and each of her poisons are every bit as deadly. Her creations, I think it's meant to be her creations have killed so many people, and each of her poisons are every bit as deadly. Her mind is her most powerful asset, as she's been a threat to Diana and the people around her numerous times.
Why did you not tell me when we were watching the Wonder Woman movie that Dr. Maru was from the comic books?
Because the whole movie is based on comic books.
I didn't think that Dr. Poison, just Nazi person making gas was actually from the comic books. I assume that was just for the movie.
Nope, she's legit.
Okay. So, because we saw in the... Well, I only know her from the movie. I apologize, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We saw in the movie she had a brilliant mind. I mean, just the normal gases and stuff she made. But that thing she made for the general, which restored his strength.
The strength steroid.
Yeah, that seemed almost supernatural or magical. I mean, I know it was
I don't know.
science.
Yeah, it definitely gave off... aesthetically, it definitely gave off that illusion with his glowing face, didn't it?
I mean, he was on par almost with Diana, and she's an Amazon.
Mm.
So I don't think that was restoring his normal strength.
No, I looked at it as like a super soldier serum sort of thing. That's how I saw it. It could be magically enhanced, but I just saw it as a steroid.
Well, my question becomes, because
pharmaceutical.
again, I'm only going off the movie. In the movie, the things that Dr. Maru cooked up, except for that strength serum, the gases and stuff, they didn't affect Diana. So
well,
how
no,
is she,
the
how
one
is
that
she
was
one
launched. No.
How is she one of Wonder Woman's biggest threats?
Well, I suppose it's a whole I can keep people captive sort of thing. Like, do as I say, or these people are going to die.
Oh, okay. So she's not a threat to Diana, but...
Well, maybe not physically.
She's a threat to people, and Diana cares for people.
Correct.
It's a weird
I suppose mentally, I mean, it says she's a brilliant scientist, so mentally she could be, well, intellectually, could be an imposing force. Okay, number 9, Baroness Von Gunther.
Don't know this one.
No, either did I. Baroness Von Gunther also has ties to the Nazi regime and is a far more complex character. Paula Baroness Von Gunther has been both a friend and a foe to the Amazon and has very similar training due to siding with Diana's people at some point. She even lived in Themyscira for a time. Natural abilities as a warrior, being possessed as a dark angel in the past, harnessing an almighty power to fight against Diana. Superhuman strength, agility, and level of invulnerability. Worthy enemy of Diana. However, unlike these other villains, Gunther doesn't have the extra edge to push herself at an advantage when fighting Woman. To put herself at an advantage when fighting Wonder Woman. Cool.
Okay, so
I've never heard of her.
My only question about this person is, I didn't realize, and again, I don't know much about the Themyscira or anything like that. I didn't realize they allowed anyone who wasn't an Amazon on their island.
It all depends on the...
I thought like Diana was only allowed to go there and then leave because she was an Amazon.
It all depends on the storyteller, I guess.
Okay.
And the continuity that they're confined within.
I mean, it makes sense that they would be okay with letting a woman in, considering they're all women warriors, but I still didn't think they'd let in anyone who wasn't an Amazon, because it's their island.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't have the answers.
Not to mention that in order for her to even be trained there, she would have had to find it.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe
no
they
idea.
were impressed with her cunning.
It all depends on the storyteller. I mean, there was one recently where they actually delved into how the Amazons have children. Like, how are they still Amazons?
Molded out of clay.
While Diana was molded out of clay, in this comic book iteration, they would go ashore, find men, take them back, rape them, be impregnated, kill the men, give birth to the children, kill any of the boys. Yeah, I know. It was dark and messed up. It wasn't met well.
I don't like this version of the Amazon.
No, it was not met well. Number 8, Maxwell Lord. Maxwell Lord has multiple levels of power and knows how to correctly harness them. He's already been featured in CW's version of Supergirl. Although that version was vastly watered down, in both versions, he is a very capable businessman. He's intelligent and ruthless and has gained the power the old-fashioned way through huge amounts of wealth.
Damn those villains and their wealth.
I know, right? He also possesses a number of superhuman abilities, though mainly mind control, which can make him a dangerous foe both in and out of the boardroom. He's a master manipulator, and if all else fails, though, then he's pretty handy with the fists and guns. His power comes in part from being underestimated, which makes him even more credible as a threat. So there you go.
He gets his power from being underestimated?
Well, you look at him and he's just an average guy.
Okay.
He's just an average guy.
We know better than looking at average guys and thinking, oh, they're no harm.
You know better?
No, we know better.
We
Comic
know
book
better?
people know better. Superman's an average guy.
Ah, yeah. I don't know. There was a thing. Tom Taylor recently
Barry
wrote.
Allen's an average guy.
Tom Taylor recently wrote in his deceased storylines where Jimmy Olsen walks in and it's Superman kissing Lois Lane. Now, in this continuity, they're together. They're married. They've got a kid. Everything. He walks in and they're like, Jimmy, I was just... And he's like, oh my God, Superman, what will Clark... And then he just cracks up laughing. And he's like, I've known for years. I've taken so many photos of you. I sit opposite you in the desks. How do you think I didn't know? It was very well written. Number 7 is Silver Swan. No idea.
No idea either.
No, I've never heard of her. I'm looking at the picture. I've never seen her.
Wait, I have a question before we go forward.
Okay.
So, I understand the Dr. Maru part because she was in the movie. I understand the non-Amazon from Themyscira
Baroness
because
Von
they had a
Gunther.
history. But is there a backstory with Wonder Woman and the Lord person?
Maxwell Lord?
Yeah, is there a reason why they're each other's enemies, or he doesn't have it out for her in particular or anything like that?
No, I don't think he has it out for her in particular.
And is he such a threat because of his psychic powers, or...
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just a psychic threat. He has wealth. He has influence.
Okay.
That's it.
Alright.
Silver Swan, this villain has a more sympathetic origin. Former ballerina was considered an ugly duckling and prayed to the gods that she could become beautiful. Aries answered as she is the ancestor of the Greek princess Helen and gave her what she wanted. In return, she would have to face Wonder Woman in combat.
Ancestor?
What did I say?
No, did you say ancestor?
Yes.
Shouldn't that be descendant?
Aries answered as she is the ancestor of the Greek prince. Yeah. She is the... Yeah. Well pointed out. There have been 2 other iterations of the character, but this is the most compelling. She can create sonic blasts with her voice, and she can fly.
So Aries gave her beauty and powers because he wanted her to face Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
No, yep.
So, does she constantly have to be in battle with Wonder Woman trying to take her down?
I don't know.
Or she loses it?
It doesn't go into it that in depth.
I like that. That's a good villain story.
Number 6, Angleman.
Angleman.
Like many characters on this list, Angleman has been subjugated to a number of interpretations over the years. From a corrupt businessman to a criminal whose plots all involved angular schemes, though the most powerful version of this character is the one who possesses the angular.
Is this a guy who just really likes geometry or something?
Must be. I do know, I did recognise him when I saw him, but I admittedly don't know much about him.
One of those guys who'd be like, shapes, look at the shapes, they're beautiful.
It's like old school Two-Face, where all of his crimes had to do with duality.
Yeah.
It's like, no, he could just be a mobster, it's fine.
Patterns everywhere.
The angular is a triangular weapon which can also allow Anglo Bend to control objects and locations to his will. That's his name, I assume, Anglo Bend.
Oh.
This means he can do a variety of things, including teleport himself and objects, as well as altering gravity, people's perceptions of an image, and actually shift space itself.
Ooh.
It sounds complicated, and the limits of it are really not known, with the power often looking different each time. This means in some ways, Angleman is unpredictable and has a set of skills that make him difficult to prepare for.
This is true.
Number 5, Dr. Psycho.
That one would be that'd be a really cool battle to watch. I wouldn't want to be involved, but it'd be a really cool battle to watch.
See, I always thought Angleman was a Flash villain. I mean, to see him, or to read here that he has a post-Wonder Woman, okay, yeah, makes sense. He's not a big A-lister. He's probably a C or D.
I mean, the heroes move in and out of each other's worlds. Couldn't the villains do the same? Is there a rule that says a villain's only allowed to have one hero they target?
No, there is no rule, and I do like that when different heroes go against different villains. But it's usually like they're tied to the location, or they're tied, oh, I have to. He always beats me. I have to beat the Batman. I have to beat the Flash.
You
that
could
sort
just
of
say,
thing.
oh, I'm going to piss Batman off by going over here and taking out this person.
Like, really, if you were a superhero, a supervillain in the DC universe, and you're in Metropolis, he's like, oh, hell no. Doesn't matter however many others. There's Superman. All right, what else have I got? Gotham? Nope. Keystone? Nope. Central? Nope. Fawcett? Nope. Coast? Nope. Oh, look. I don't know. Middle of nowhere.
You know what I notice about
I'll rob a bank out there.
You know what I notice about all these villains?
What's that?
Except for, like, again, the Gunther person and the Swan. None of them have any sort of real vendetta against Wonder Woman.
I think we're going to start getting into that now.
Yeah, but they're just bad guys who are up to general mischief. Obviously, in Wonder Woman's territory.
I think we're going to get into this. We're going to start getting into actual vengeance and
okay, good.
Dislike in general towards what's her name? Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman?
Yep. Number 5 is Dr. Psycho. Now, if anyone has seen the Harley Quinn animated series, it is that Dr. Psycho. Anyone familiar with him in the comics? Cool. If you're not, you're about to get a small taste of what this guy's like, and the wording that they've used is not enough.
Do we have the Harley Quinn animated series?
We do not. It's only on DC Universe streaming services.
Right.
Dr. Psycho. This villain is sadistic, vile, and misogynistic. In some ways, he is the polar opposite of everything that Diana Prince stands for. This small man is extremely intelligent and one of the most powerful opponents on this list. His childhood made sure that he had an intense hatred towards females, and this is what influences his villainous schemes. The villain is a psychologist, hypnotist, and telepathic. These 3 abilities work beautifully together, each aiding to the other in manipulating and bending the minds of his victims. He can distort reality to a person's perception and can actually mind control someone. Despite the depths of his powers, they are sometimes ineffective against Wonder Woman herself because of the lasso of truth.
You know what I was picturing as soon as you started talking? I was picturing just strip him of whatever powers he have, drop him on the mascara, and then all those Amazon women just start stomping on him.
He would probably like that. He's messed up.
Oh, God.
He is a messed up character.
I was going to say, he sounded like a formidable foe, and then when you said some of his powers don't work on Dan, I was like, yes. He would hate that too, just based on everything you said. He would hate that the person trying to stop him was a powerful woman.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? Misogynistic. I hate misogynistic. That was my introduction to the character, was that he was just like, there are all these beautiful heroes around, female heroes. I want them. They should belong to me. They should do what I want. And he was just obsessed with them. Ew. And I'm like, that's not okay, dude. That's creepy. I don't like that.
Nothing but my skin.
So yes, taking him to the mascara and stripping him naked and letting larger women stop on him.
Naked. I said take away his powers, bind him, and then just have all.
Bind him. I'm sorry. Well, either way,
start jumping up and down on him.
Either way, I think he would enjoy it, and yeah.
I don't know.
Let's not go down that one.
I don't know where I'm getting this image from. I think it's from Looney Tunes. Is Elmer Fudd the bald person?
He is.
For whatever reason, I'm imagining him stuck in the ground, and high heels bouncing up and down on top of his head.
Bugs Bunny probably did that to him at some point. Yeah.
Bugs Bunny was wearing high heels?
Bugs Bunny was big on drag, man.
No, I'm like seeing him being punished. Like he's been shoved into the ground, his head's exposed, and women are just like running over the top of him and jumping up and down. I don't know if that's something I'm imagining or if it's something I've actually seen happen.
Not to my recollection. I don't
But
recognize
as soon as you described him as short, did you say he was a small man?
He is diminutive,
yeah,
yes.
That's what pops into my head. He sounds like a good villain.
Number 4, Giganta.
Oh dear. Is this the guy we saw fighting Ant-Man in the Marvel Universe?
This is the DC Universe.
I know, but it was the first thing that popped in my head.
Yes, similar sort of thing.
Okay.
Giganta. Dr. Doris Zuul has been in a number of failed experiments over her various incarnations. All of them involving... Sorry?
Incarnations?
Yeah. Meaning different stories, the different tellings.
Oh, okay. All right, go.
All of them involve a gorilla, mind-swapping, and ultimately becoming Giganta. The most modern origin involves the evil doctor entering the body of a circus strong woman with superhuman abilities.
The gorilla's not Grodd, right?
No.
Okay.
Giganta is one of Wonder Woman's most infamous and powerful foes, having attempted to thwart the Amazon across the history of DC Comics. It's a big task for Diana to face this monster of a woman, as Giganta has the power to grow to unbelievable sizes, with the super strength and invulnerability that comes with this gift. She also has been difficult to stop just because of her sheer height and can essentially turn her body into a lethal weapon. Of course, she doesn't only have brawns, but also brains, with the Doctor being a super genius.
Okay, I'm picturing... I'm sorry.
Picturing.
I'm picturing
Yep.
a female Hulk. Is that the sort of general direction we're going in?
No, think
Can
of...
get big and get mad?
No.
Okay.
Yes, but no. Think of a female bodybuilder.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Ugh.
Female bodybuilder who can actually grow taller.
There's nothing wrong with that, but I don't want to look at it. Personal preferences. No offense, everybody.
Yeah, I think that's the takeaway from this.
Okay, so you can get
So
taller.
she gets bigger. She doesn't get fatter. She doesn't necessarily get taller. She just gets larger. She still keeps her shape and size, but grows bigger than the surroundings.
And is there a reason that she's angry?
Um,
And a villain? Or has the power just gone to her head?
I guess the power's just gone to her head.
Okay.
My introduction to her was, I felt sorry for it. It was in the Justice League animated series by Bruce Timm.
Mm.
And Gorilla Grodd is controlling her.
You told me Gorilla Grodd wasn't involved.
In this iteration, he was.
Mm-hmm.
He was forming together his own evil society,
Yeah.
secret society of villains, or whatever you want to call it. And Giganta was there. And she's just this sweet, loving lady who's taller than most. And one of the guys, I think it was Shade or something like that, is like, oh, she's all right. And he's like, yeah, not bad for a gorilla, is she? And that's when you learn that, oh, she's actually a gorilla trapped in a human's body or something like that. And I was like, oh. And then even when she's fighting the superheroes, she's just a big sweetie. And you're like, oh, poor thing. Number 3.
Interesting.
Cheetah.
Cheetah!
Cheetah may not
Why
only...
is she number 3? I thought Cheetah was Diana's biggest rival.
As I said, I actually agree with this. I agree with 5 onwards so far.
Okay.
Hear it out and then wait for 2 and 1. Who do you think is number 1, by the way?
I have no idea. Is it going to be Aries?
It's not Aries.
Okay. That's the only villain I know for Diana at this point.
Diana.
Yes.
Diana.
Sorry, I said it wrong. Why do you pick on me?
It's not Aries because
I wasn't
Diana.
picking on you when you was tumbling over your words.
Shut up! Everyone knows I can't. Anyone who's listened to this long enough or seen the series knows I struggle with reading out aloud.
All right, no, I have no idea. No, I can't think of any. So tell me about Cheetah.
Cheetah may not only be the most famous of all Wonder Woman's rogues gallery,
Hence
but also
why I know her. You may continue.
But also the most lethal. The animalistic villain is even a member of the Legion of Doom, which is a big claim to fame. Minerva's, I should prefix that, her name is Barbara Ann Minerva.
Mm-hmm.
That's her name, not Cheetah. Barbara Ann Minerva suffers from a curse that must be satisfied. The former
Archaeologist.
Thank you. The former archaeologist has a hunger for humanity and has been driven to many violent murders over the years. Because Cheetah is actually the avatar of a god, she possesses many abilities that should be reserved for a deity. The super speed of an enhanced cheetah and claws that are both lethal and poisonous in some incarnations should be enough for this rogue. On top of this, though, she's super strong, has a tail that can easily strangle you, is very intelligent, has increased durability, and is ultimately a real threat to many DC heroes, including Diana.
Shut up. It was an accident.
So there you go.
She does sound like a good match for Wonder Woman, especially got godlike traits.
Mm-hmm. If I recall, in the latest...
I'm not calling her Barbara. Her name's Cheetah.
In the latest run of Wonder Woman, Diana and
Stop
Barbara... damn it.
I'm going to throw something at you.
Diana and Barbara were actually friends. And Barbara blames Diana for not helping her.
Well, when she got cursed.
Yep.
How was Wonder Woman supposed to help her?
They were both on the archaeological. I can't say it.
Archaeological dig.
That one. Dig. And she got cursed, and Wonder Woman didn't help, or I can't remember. It was a while ago I read this, but It was really good.
Misplaced guilt.
Yeah, basically it was.
You got to blame somebody, even if that somebody isn't to blame.
Correct.
Okay, I like her.
Number 2.
2, everybody.
Aries.
He was on the list.
He was. The Greek god of war is obviously a very dangerous foe. The villain of the big screen adaptation of this DC tale. Why is it this DC tale? Anyway. The villain of the big screen adaptation, Aries is constantly lusting for more battle and more violence. He's almost unstoppable in his quest for war and has come face to face with Diana hundreds of times. The god is not only famously skilled combatant with lots of vicious weapons at his disposal, but he also has the ability of a deity. This includes strength, speed, immortality, and numerous other skills that would make him brutal in a fight. His mere presence can bring on a bloody lust surrounding him, and he is brutal in battle. There are few warriors like him, and he has been known in the past to best Diana on the battlefield. So, you've read Injustice, yeah?
No.
Alright, you haven't. You suck.
I've glossed over it. I've read the extremely long recaps.
There is I think it's year 1, very early in year 1, Diana and Aries come face to face.
Uh-oh.
And he's trying to stop, if I recall, it's a little while ago.
He's trying to stop her?
He's trying to stop Wonder Woman from going down this path.
But she can't, because she's all gooey-eyed over Superman.
She is in that story, yes. I don't like that, but she is. And what is it? She beats the crap out of him and says, you only want this to stop because you want wars to continue. If Superman keeps going down this path and I help him, war won't be an issue. Then what will you be? Aries, the god of ponies? Something like the god of unicorns? It's hilarious when I read it. I can't remember what it was.
I'd be interested in seeing her Aries versus Wonder Woman depicted in the comics, because obviously I've only seen the movie, and we both had a critique about him in the movie. You refused to believe that skinny little guy could be the god of war, and I was annoyed at him having Zeus's powers.
Look, I'm all for deception, and I'm all for him having the ability to make himself look a certain way. Yeah.
I mean, you didn't.
That's just me nitpicking because
you didn't think it looking at him because he walked with a limp and everything. But
that was the point. It was a misdirect.
Yeah, but your words exactly was he wasn't bulky enough
to
be someone who looked like they were born in battle.
I shouldn't pick on you. I can't even read.
Huh?
You said my words was, and I said I shouldn't pick on you. I can't even read.
Well, your words was. It was in the past.
Were.
Was.
Were.
I'm not agreeing.
Fine. Number 1.
What's number 1?
Number 1 is Cersei.
I don't know a Cersei. I know a Cersei from Game of Thrones. It's the only one I know.
The immortal enchantress from Greek myth. Cersei is a sorcerer of epic proportions and can beat any of DC's most powerful heroes and magic wielders.
Is she a giant snake?
No.
She sounds like one.
This femme fatale has a way of manipulating Earth's heroes and often delights in tormenting them and even turning them into animals. Her powers are far beyond anyone else on this list with a list... It says list twice. With a list of mythical abilities that are endless. Her magic is infinite in its power, and she can even mess with the very fabric of nature. From reality-bending spells to necromancy, she cannot be trusted and really shouldn't be faced unless a hero has their own magical abilities and protection. Wonder Woman has been tricked, broken, and beaten by her numerous times, and she is a force of true evil. Her one weakness is a herb that can be used to damage her sorcery. Besides that, she is unstoppable.
Okay, well, can't she just stay up in the heavens and leave everyone alone?
Nah, she likes toying with mortals and, she's a megalomaniac. She wants more power.
Okay. Well, she's a god. How's she supposed to get more power?
No, she's not a god. She's an immortal enchantress.
Ah, okay, I misunderstood that part. Okay, alright.
So she's pretty cool. Again, my first time that I learnt of her was through, again, the Justice League Unlimited series by Bruce Timm this time. The whole point of the episode is shipping Batman and Wonder Woman, which I'm all for. And Batman's on stakeout, Wonder Woman's with him, and she's like, this is boring. And he's like, well, this is what we do. She gets turned into a pig. Batman wants to keep it a secret, goes around and gets Zatanna, who is a magical wielder of the Justice League, to keep it a secret and help Wonder Woman. This leads them to Cersei, and Cersei says, yeah, I can fix it, but it's going to cost you, Batman. And he just scowls, and then it cuts to black, and then it comes back, and he's on stage singing in front of a live audience. And he does it all, and like they're moved to tears at how beautiful his voice is and everything. It's so good. And then Wonder Woman's reverted back. Everything's back to normal. And when Batman and Wonder Woman talk, she's like, I don't remember a thing. And he's like, okay, well, that's good. She walks off humming the song that he sang. And yeah, he just smirks to himself, and you're like, oh, goddamn, Batman. God damn it, Batman, you were in. What's wrong with that?
I don't know, you could phrase it a little better.
He is smitten, and Wonder Woman is smitten with him. She was impressed that a mortal man could be so good. I don't know. I can't remember what she says. It was in the first 3 episodes of the show.
I was so close to being number 1.
You were? Aries?
My guess, yeah.
Yeah. No, as I said, the top 5 I definitely agree with. I know those villains. I've seen those villains before. I've read about those villains.
I find it annoying having the villain at the top be someone who doesn't actually have like a vendetta against her. It's just a big bad. Like well, Aries has a vendetta. Cheetah has a vendetta. The Swan person kind of does. But the person who's at the top is just a big bad who likes to play. That annoys me.
But yeah, but she's most likely to come into contact or collision with Diana. It's like Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor doesn't have much to do with anyone other than Superman. Occasionally Batman, which I'm all for, but doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, but Lex
Flash
Luthor has
rogues.
a vendetta.
Sorry?
Yeah, but Lex Luthor has a vendetta in a way.
Yeah, against Superman. It goes back to that thing I was saying earlier where it's like, well, no, he's bested me. I have to best them.
Yeah.
Cersei is just magical, and that's Wonder Woman's... I mean, Wonder Woman... The problem with DC is they don't know what to do with Wonder Woman a lot of the time, but Wonder Woman's corner of the DC universe is magical. So you've got Superman, who deals with superpowers and space and everything that goes on with that.
Yeah.
You got Batman, who deals with man. He deals with the ground level stuff. Superman deals with the otherworldly stuff. Wonder Woman deals with the magical side of that.
Okay, I suppose that makes sense.
So, I mean, that's why she's got her own comic book called Justice League Dark, which is all the magical users of the Justice League grouping together and dealing with magical problems.
Okay.
So, and it's a good book. I've flipped through it a couple of times. I've enjoyed it.
You've flipped through it? You haven't read it?
No, I have not read it. I would like to one day. Haven't got around to it. So that's it.
I know a little more about Wonder Woman.
I'm glad. Now, we've reached the end of the episode. I have a scorecard to give you that you can fill out to tell me how well or how bad I did with this episode. And I guess that's it for us. We're done.
I like it. I like discussing things. I obviously I'm not as knowledgeable as him, everybody. I like our discussions because I get to get in there with my small amount of knowledge and my just standard principles on things, but I also learn stuff.
And I learned I should not be allowed to read. Thanks for joining us, guys. Oh, I do have one thing to add.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. It's got nothing to do with what we spoke about.
Okay.
So, our last podcast went up.
Yay!
we got a pretty good reaction from it. I spoke to a lot of people in person, heard from them. That gave us positive feedback. They were really happy with it. A common thing that kept coming up was Shananigans. We loved it. It was great. Awesome. Loved all of it. A-Game is hilarious, and we should do everything she says. She's the star of the show. And I'm like, geez, thanks.
That's why I'm in the big chair.
That's why you're in the big chair, and I get the little stool. It's like Thor and Captain America. No, I'll take the big one. You take the little one. My point is, Shananigans. We loved it. What can we do to help? What can we do to show support? And I've come up with this.
This is news to me, everybody.
You can leave a like. You can leave a comment.
Yeah, talk to us.
You can subscribe. If you aren't subscribed already, consider doing so.
And
if you
share
are
it
subscribed,
with others who are nerds like us.
share this with someone. Share this with one person. Go out there and say to that person, hey, listen to this. Listen to this. I enjoy it. That's all you gotta do. That's it. I think that's fair, yeah? I'm not asking much, am I?
He's being cutely sincere, everybody.
I wouldn't say sincere.
He's being sincere. It's cute.
My point is, we appreciate it. We really do.
We do.
It means
we
a lot to us to get
everyone
feedback.
out there who's listening to us, and we enjoy all of your feedback. Please, please, please give.
It's true. The more you give, the more we can tailor this to suit you, make it better to listen to, make it more enjoyable, and less for me to read, because A-Game can just do it from now on. But again, if you want to help us,
next time,
you want to do something, then do one of the following. Leave a like, leave a comment, share it, subscribe.
Give us an idea. Give us a discussion point.
Yeah, actually, if you've got some questions, nerdy questions or topics.
You want to learn about something, or you want us to discuss something,
yeah.
Go for it. Suggest away.
Yes, we've already got 2 in the bank already.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we do. We have what's the deal with fairy types in Pokemon, which I'm well versed on, but it would be a very short podcast.
He can do that without reading anybody. It's all up here.
And we have another one where talk about Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, that's coming. We're doing that.
That one I got no idea what we're just going to be talking about it. So I'm going to have to get my butt into gear and play number 3.
I want to play them.
You're not going to play them.
I want to play them, but
oh, I see.
Well, I mean, I was so interested because I love Disney. Love. Shananigans found for me on YouTube like an explanation of Kingdom Hearts, and it was like, how long was it? It was like the shortest one we found. I think was like 15 minutes. I was like, oh my God,
yeah,
it's so convoluted and connecty, and I'm just like,
it is. It makes no sense unless you play
can't
all
understand this unless you actually play it. So I will enjoy sitting back and just listening to that conversation.
It's true. I think. I don't know. I just work here. Guys, again.
We work here. We're Shananarambles. Thank you for listening. We're going now. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Remember to consider leaving a like, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you again.
Have a good one.